So in this video, I'm just going to show you how you can easily graph your data nicely in Desmos. So I've got some data here from a simple experiment with a tennis ball rolling down a slope. I rolled it down different distances, 10 to 100 cm, and I measured the time it took for it to roll those distances. So distance is my independent variable, time is my dependent variable. I estimated the uncertainty of the distance to be 0.5 centimeter. The time was measured using a stopwatch, measuring to the nearest hundredth of a second. But there was kind of a larger variation than that when I took trials. So I worked out the average and the standard deviation to better represent the uncertainty of that average. And as you can see, the uncertainty is a bit more than just 0.01. Okay, so I want to graph this nicely. Now, these are my X values, these are my Y values, but I also want to include the uncertainty. The plus or minus 0.5 is easy to add later on, but I actually also want to include this uncertainty for the time measurements. You'll see how I use that in Desmos. So I'm going to copy these three columns. I just held Command down to select these three columns, Command C to copy them, and then Command V to paste them into Desmos. It's as easy as that. So the green points are the points that I'm really looking at. You know, the distance and the time coordinates are the green points. Z is the uncertainty, the uncertainty of the time measurements. I don't need to graph that separately as points, but I'll use these values in a minute. So here, here's my data. Now I can hold Shift down and I can easily scale the axes to kind of make the data fill the whole screen. And as we know, we need to add labels to the axes. I can easily just go in and copy paste my column headers in as labels like this. Okay, got time, distance, labels. Okay, all good. But now what about the uncertainty? Okay, so let's just first graph the vertical error bars. So I know that this first point, for instance, is 0.56 seconds plus or minus 0.03. So I start off by drawing vertical lines through all my data points as so, but then I need to restrict those lines to just being from the lowest point of the error bar, which is going to be Y1 minus Z1. That's the lowest point of the vertical error bar. And then the error bar goes all the way up to Y1 plus Z1. The top point of the error bar, and then I've drawn all my nice vertical error bars. Now, horizontal error bars, you just start off with a horizontal line through all your values, but then again you restrict it. Now, for the distance, the uncertainty was just a constant plus or minus 0.5, so I can easily just insert the 0.5 as so to restrict the horizontal error bars, and there you go. So here we have a window of uncertainty now around each data point, and of course this means that the data point could really have been anywhere within this window of uncertainty. That's what these error bars represent. And there you go. Now you can also go in, and if you don't like, for instance, that the error bars have different colors, you can go in and change the color. You can also customize like the line thickness and other things. I like my data points to look something like this, or my error bars to look something like this. I can also go in and change the color of the data points and also the size. You can even change the symbol, etc. Done. I think that looks pretty good. Ready to export this graph. And don't just screenshot it. You can go up here and you can export the image nicely. You can use different formats. You can play around with the size. Normally this medium rectangle looks quite good. And then you download it as a PNG. And if I do that, you can see I get this nice picture file that I can very easily paste into my lab report. So that's how you do that. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. See you in the next video.